Still going live. There we go. We're live. All right. Hello, what's going on, RevShare Lifestylers? I'm just going to tell everyone to refresh their screen. Can you guys see us? Can you guys hear us? I'm going to throw this refresh in the comments.
Let's see. I can hear it.
All right. We'll just be getting started here in just a moment. And we're just about good to go. All right, we are good. Okay. All right, RevShare Lifestylers, it's been an absolutely amazing week. I know you guys have been seeing the engagement in the group. I know you guys have been seeing the screenshots showing up. I know you guys have been seeing I'm on step 6, I'm on step 9, I'm on step 14. Because you know what, guys, this has been a hell of a roller coaster ride. This has been one of the greatest things I've seen on the internet in the last 3 years. I'm not fluffing it up. I'm not hyping it up. I'm not doing any of that crap. You guys can see the screenshots that I'm posting on my Facebook wall. You can see the fact that people who have never gotten sales are getting sales in this. The RevShare lifestyle system is pulling tons and tons of sales for this. It is absolutely incredible. So much so that the owner of the company actually reached out to me and said, "What are you doing? Your people are some of the best people that we've seen come through this system." You know, they literally complimented each and every one of you guys. I had conversations with about how much you guys have been doing your due diligence, actually doing your marketing. Oh my gosh, you guys are crushing it. You guys are kicking ass. And I am very much impressed, and I want to applaud each and every one of you guys because you guys are just rocking it, okay? So this whole last week, okay, our team has grown to nearly 100 people in just 7 days, okay? So we're somewhere around 90 people in our team. So we're just under 100. That's the total team so far with RevShare Lifestyle. Now, guys, we've got a big vision ahead of you guys. We've got a big vision ahead for 2016, and yeah, my coach knew about our group and was glad I'm in it. That's so cool. I'm so glad to hear that, Raymond, because we are the talk of the town right now, guys. What's going on with this? Okay, we got these huge names, these huge players that are in there, right? You know, people that me and Saron have had a lot of close relationships. You know, they're coming on the scene. And we're crushing it. We're beating them, or we're getting close to beating them. Guys, this is something incredible. This is an opportunity that happens every so often. And you know, for the people like Kane Davies and Raymond Knapp and Sherilyn Sloat and you know, everybody who's gotten in and took action, they're already, like, so many people are already getting sales. It's incredible. It's so awesome. We just announced a brand new admin in the Facebook group today. His name is Kane Davies. It was a little short notice for us to invite him on the webinar tonight, but we're looking to have him on the webinar next week. Kane has been rocking it out inside the group. Hey, I see Mark Allen in the chats. I see Kane in the chats. Mark Allen is crushing it. Mark, you've been getting sales directly from the RevShare lifestyle system. I love the success stories that you've been sharing in the Facebook group. I love the testimonials you guys have been dropping. This is such a powerful and exciting time to be here. You know, Julian, what's been your experience in this last 7 days since we started Aspire?
It's been crazy, man. It's been really crazy because here I am. I'm up in Orlando for the weekend for my birthday. So I just got back in town yesterday, and I'm seeing all the excitement. I'm up in the villa. I'm there checking in and see what's going on. And sales are popping in.
To you.
Oh, yes,
Happy
it's Julian's birthday.
to you.
Julian's birthday. We got to give him a congratulations on that.
Thanks. And yeah, sales are popping in all week, man. Up to today, as I mentioned earlier, I saw like 660% return on investment with Aspire. That's crazy. I'm excited as hell.
That's insane. 660%.
And 616.
616%.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's insane. That's just so ridiculous that I don't even know how to react to that other than to say, congratulations, man. Good job. Good job.
Hey, you know something? It came out of left field. Because I was just going there tonight. You remember what I was telling you on Facebook? I was like, oh, wow. I saw my email and boom. I was like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's been happening to me all week. I've been in the middle of a chat or middle of a conversation. I was even talking to my coach today, and a Rise sale came in when I started the call with my coach, and when I ended the call with my coach, a tier 2 Rise sale came in.
Wow.
This is incredible. I cannot believe the type of numbers that we're seeing with this. I haven't seen these types of numbers since a major company started, in 2011, and everybody just
In a while.
threw a dart and a dartboard and got rich. This is an amazing time to be here. Fidel, you went up to the Rise level almost immediately. I was actually surprised when you contacted me and you're like, dude, I'm going in, I'm going Rise. What compelled you? What was so compelling to you that about Aspire that made it so that you were just ready to jump into Rise? I know that you were chatting up some people and bringing in some good people, but what about Aspire especially inspired you to go to Rise level?
Actually, I don't know why you were surprised.
Okay. I definitely wasn't really surprised because I was like, dude, I need to get into Rise. I need to get up to that level.
When I hang out with action takers, when you hang out with action takers, you become an action taker. So I've been hanging around with you. So what else can you expect?
Wow, I couldn't have said it best. And that's a compliment.
You know what? I was a little bit late logging into the webinar just because I was talking with somebody that they actually they said, you know what, this is kind of not for me.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me. That's okay with me because it's not about what I'm gonna offer. It's about connecting with that person. So it's all about connecting with that person. I'm like, you know what? This is what I said. To be honest, I didn't think this was for you. And they're like, really? I'm like, no. I'm like, because you're way ahead of all this first step. I'm like, you're way ahead of the game. You're like advanced marketer. You're like, and they're like, yeah. So and they're like, but this is not about you. This is about the people that you're gonna bring into the system, because this is like Aspire is not so much about you and me. It's about who we can help and who we can give all that training and that value. And I go, look, as far as I know, I can take this training, every single step of this training, and become a person of value to my audience.
Absolutely.
So that's where I'm coming from. It's not about the sales. It's not about all that stuff. It's becoming a person of value. And I brought up this books to like the power of your subconscious mind, the slight edge, how to have confidence and power in dealing with people, and like tons of books. And I'm like, that's what I'm about becoming a person of more value. So if like, for example, we don't want to say names, but Empower Network brings a lot of stuff to my brain, and yet I joined Empower Network, but all that stuff that all the training and stuff like that, I'm using it every single day in my marketing.
Yeah.
It's
good products.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Twee, I want to bring you out because Fidel said something that made me think of you, and I know that you've been going through like a hawk on all these trainings, and what has been your experience of the value that the product is contributing, and like how solid they are, and just like what type of information is in these products that you've been that you've been liking, or anything like that, whatever your experience is. You're muted right now though. So
Awesome. Thank you, Joel. So yes, I've been going through the products and the value is substantial. So everything in there is laid out from foundation to a full-blown, like, huge business. So if you want to later on go and build your own businesses that have brands that are huge, that's what it really puts you through. So it puts you through every foundational step, things that Joel and I had to learn through our brick and mortar business 8 years ago. So everything that we went through, all the hardships that we went through, you don't have to do that. Everything's laid out for you. You get all that information just right off the bat. You know the different business terminologies and everything, and it's laid out so simply. Everything has a visual aid with the videos. Everything has a PDF, a checklist to make sure that you're on track, that you're doing all of the things that you need to do. And on top of that, they have an audio version, so you can start downloading those and listening to your trainings in the car so that you can actually get through them. So there's a lot of ways to consume this information, whether you're a visual person, someone who likes to read. There's PDFs of the video, so everything's in the PDF. So it's just laid out for everyone's learning style, and it's just so well constructed throughout the whole process. So if you do go through this, you will learn what you need to know, and you will be able to be a pro at this.
absolutely. So as far as the product level it goes, I mean, it's definitely it starts off foundation and it ascends you through the process to where you're actually understanding, high level stuff. But you're getting to that high level in a very systematic, very understandable way. First they teach you 1 + 1 = 2. Then they teach you 10 + 10 = 20, and it compounds really quickly how fast you learn. What's been your experience with the coaches and some of the notes and the tracking that you're able to do with your downline?
Yeah, so it's so awesome that the coaches leave notes. So the coaches themselves, they're awesome. They're phenomenal. So all these coaches are already six-figure earners, are already coaches that have had experience online. So you're not just talking to someone who's outsourced from somewhere to take your call. They're experienced marketers themselves. So that aside, they also take notes as they go. So if you don't have time to call everyone one by one, which most of us don't, nor do we really want to spend that much time in follow-up, they're doing that for you, and they're taking notes. So if you want to go through the notes, you'll actually see where everyone's at, and you'll get to learn a little bit about each person in your downline, so that if you do have a conversation with them, you're on the same page. So that's really awesome that you're always in the loop.
What does that do? What does that do for people to be in the loop?
It really helps just your credibility. So if you ever have a conversation with them, you already know them, you already know what step they're on. So if they do have questions, you can easily guide them yourself as well. So you are just positioned to be a leader already.
So it allows us as leaders, and I'm speaking to everybody who's watching this webinar right now. If you're here, I consider you a leader. So it allows us to be able to connect with the people that are in our downline and help them if they hit a barrier, hit a wall, or anything like that, and run support in ways that we can see the story. So we're not out of the loop. We're not just totally just just off the side. Raymond actually said his coach even told him to message him on Facebook whenever he needed to. That's so powerful because you're getting, as much as I want to help everybody, there's only 24 hours a day, and we're helping hundreds of people. And so a lot of times, it might take me a few hours to get back to those messages because I'm helping person A, person B, person C, person D. So having your own coach and your ability to message them on Facebook or Skype or whatever it happens to be, I cannot begin to describe how powerful that is. Saron, I know you've worked in a lot of coaching businesses. What have you seen when people have that type of access to their coach? What type of results have you seen people been able to achieve?
I remember when you and I and Twee were at a conference not so long ago, and
Yes.
and someone told us, he said, you know what most of you guys need, see, most of you guys got exactly what you have the skill, you have the talent, you know what to do, but what you're missing is you just need permission to achieve, permission to go out and freaking do it and to crush this thing. And what's so cool in the conversations that I've had with my coach is that he just kind of they become like this guiding light. Like they just help you get clear. One of the biggest issues I think a lot of people have is lack of clarity. And so having that person that you can chat with and bounce things off of, ask questions to, and have just this clear step-by-step process, it just helps to stay clear. And that's I think one of the coolest things that I've noticed about these guys is they have a very they're just very good at just guiding you and keeping you clear. And I think that's what most of the people need. You know, is a lot of you will learn exactly what to do just by watching these videos. You know, you're going to learn just from the content that's in the site. But then, you know, having somebody help you, you know, say, hey, here's what you need to do next is invaluable, completely invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark was asking, you know, are there any hidden costs with this? You know, I would say if there's anything that's
You
hidden,
know, you know, Joel.
yeah.
You know what's the hidden cost about it?
What's that?
Failure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this because I just had a talk with somebody and they're like, can you do a free training about all the steps? I'm like, yes, I can do a free training about it, but this is the deal. When I send you to a third party
Mhm.
and you're paying for it, it reinforces what I'm giving you as a value for free. So it reinforces me. Like you can listen to me all day, and I can tell you clean up your Facebook page, build report. When you buy traffic, do this, do that, and they're like, well, that's just Fidel talking. But when you hear it from a expert and you're paying for it, you're like, wait a minute, this guy was right. So there's value to it. So the hidden cost of it is failure. Like that's what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, you know, I mean, there really are. I mean, everything that I've seen has been very, very transparent, and you're right. You know, I mean, the hidden cost is if you don't work.
yeah.
You know, I did want to bring up the $17 affiliate fee. You know, I try to make sure everyone knows about that. You know, so and essentially, and they outline that. They outline that in the trainings as well. You know, I would say if there's any hidden costs, you know, it's just the cost of doing business. You know, whatever software you need for your business, and the $17 affiliate fee. The monthlies you know, we showed those last week, and they're pretty upfront and direct about those in the system. And then let's see. Okay, there's a when you get to the rise level, you do give 20% of your commission to your coach because your coaches are going through and helping your people. All in all, it takes 4 sales to break even. So, and yes, let's see. But do we receive commission from every product, even if we haven't bought that level? It seems you can get the high ticket commissions if you upgraded that level. Yes. So that is an integrity piece, and I fully believe in it. And I've always believed in it. So to me, it astounded me when I found out in affiliate marketing that I was able to just promote something that I didn't own. But yes, you do have to buy the product in order to get commission for the product. Also, you know, they're very, very clear, and they push this a lot. They're very direct about what they call sponsor lock. Okay, so what sponsor lock is, actually, Twee, I'd love it if you explain sponsor lock because you're much more clear on that.
Yeah, so
Or you express it much more clearly, I should say.
what sponsor lock is you have to own that product and position yourself to earn in that product before you can actually get commissions for it. As Joel said, it's an integrity piece. So if you don't own the product and you're just slinging the product, it doesn't really work out. Let's say you're trying to sell someone a Mercedes and you drive a Honda. You don't really have the qualifications. That's the example that they use in their training. So what it is that if you are positioned at that, let's say you join and then Mary joins and you're just at the very basic level, what's going to happen with that is that the person under you, or if Mary buys a product that's above the level you're at, that commission is going to go to your sponsor above you. And if it's something that's high ticket, they're actually going to move Mary's commissions to that sponsor above you once again. So it's going to skip you because you are not qualified to earn in that product. So that's how it works. And then to go more in depth, if you aren't positioned, this is why we're talking about positioning yourself at the higher level, at Rise, not just to earn, but because those commissions, once they do come, you can, if you're not positioned for it, those commissions from, let's say, Mary, will move up to that person above you in her downline. Those tier 2 and 3 commissions will also move above you. So pretty much Mary's whole business is going to leave your downline and move to the sponsor above you. So it's really important, if you can position yourself, get yourself in there, because sponsor lock is something that they stress a lot. So
yeah. And I for one, I'm a big I actually am like really excited and really happy about it, because it creates a sense of urgency for you to grow your business quickly. And that is something that I haven't seen at most companies. Most companies are pushing, they're pushing the dream. And I've not seen Aspire push the dream at all. And I love that. Okay. What you guys know exactly what I'm talking about by pushing the dream. Julian, give me an example of a company. Don't say any names or anything, but give me an example of something that you've experienced when somebody was pushing the dream.
Oh wow, there's a lot there that I got to really think about it. But no, what's the best way I could put it? It's kind of like promising something, that you're really not going to get to a certain degree. It's kind of like to me, pushing the dream is kind of like a car salesperson type of deal, right? It's not been a lot of companies where all they're focusing on this and really not really laying out the right things that you actually need to be successful in the business. And again, that's the best way I could put as far as pushing the dream. It's not setting the proper expectations for your business.
Yep, exactly. So it's one of those things where they're saying, you're going to get in, you're going to make $1 million, your first 30 days, and all you have to do is just get in.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's not true. There's no company in the world where you'll join it and
they'll send you $1 million paycheck.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You do have to work your business, and I think it's something that to be absolutely clear, me and Twee, we're positioned at the Rise level. Okay, we're not positioned at the Apex level, and as much as I'd like to get there, it's definitely a very high ticket product, and it's something that we are working towards. And I want to keep that transparency between us, so there's not this disconnect where you guys are like thinking, oh, Joel and Twee or Fidel and Julian or Saron, they all got the big bucks, so they just went all the way to the high level. It's not necessarily true. All of us that's on this webinar, we positioned ourselves at the Rise level, and that was what we felt was most comfortable for us in our business right now. And I know Twee and I, our plan is working our way up, and we're going to work our way up quickly because we don't want to, we don't want to lose commissions to the people that do have more cash flow, and that capability to do that very quickly. And as much as we could do that, we would be negating a lot of other things in our business and neglecting you guys, and that's not something that we want to do. So we want to make sure that we're moving forward at a speed at which everybody can succeed, and so we're going to do it as fast as we possibly can, and that's what we want you guys to do. Is just the same process, okay? So Go ahead, Sarah.
I was gonna. Yeah, man, it's one of those things too where when you're starting a business, you have to go in expecting that somebody is going to buy one of your higher ticket products. You don't go into business to expect that everybody's gonna, spend pennies with you. Like the whole point is to make a profit. And so the second video actually, the second step is how to fund your business. And so it's worth, going out and trying to fund. I mean, if you can find, most people can find at least $1,000, $2,000. There are ways. There are lots of ways, and I love that video because he goes into how to find that. And so you got to go into business expecting that people are going to buy your higher ticket products. And here's the thing: is when they do, your business will skyrocket because now you have cash to play with. You have cash to advertise. You have cash to drive leads. You can start bringing in traffic and get people on these dollar trials. These dollar trials, guys. Like these things convert. It's getting $1.
They convert very easily. Twee, you look like you have something that you want to add to that.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that dollar trial definitely converts because what happens is if someone spent money with you once, they're more willing to spend it again. So if they already entered their credit card information and paid, they're willing to do it again. So those do really convert. And also I wanted to share Joel and I's strategy on what we're planning on doing as well with this so that you can start, in a sense, modeling it for your business depending on what your needs are. So what Joel and I mentioned today was that we're positioning ourselves for those higher tier products, and how we're doing it is we're reinvesting 80% of all of our profit back into that so that we can get to that level as soon as possible. So we're taking 20% for ourselves, for our businesses and our other needs, and putting 80 right back into the business. And Joel and I are very familiar with reinvesting as much as you can back into the business as what you're comfortable with, and seeing that grow.
Absolutely. So, to be absolutely 100% clear, for every $1,000 we create in this as net profit, 800 will go back into our business, and 200 will go to us to make sure we keep the lights on and things like that. So Raven says he's gonna sell his body on the street.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to sacrifice your integrity. Twee, I don't know if you remember Twee, but you remember that first business where we really needed to create some capital right away, and we flipped a car on Craigslist in like 2 weeks?
Yeah, we did some crazy stuff. We found a car that in that demographic in Seattle, a lot of people really love old Hondas for some reason. So we found this old Honda CRX, and we went to a town that was like 75 miles away to pick this thing up. We paid $1,000 for it, and from some kid, and then we drove it back. It had a full tank of gas when we got it, and we listed it instantly with so much enthusiasm and excitement to sell this car that we actually forgot that we didn't have the title in hand. Because the title didn't transfer in Washington for about a month. So it was listed. People were ready to buy it, and the guy that was ready to buy it actually sent us a photo of the 2500 that we posted it for. And I was like, he wants to buy this thing. He just texted me with a photo of his cash that he's ready to go. And we just needed the title. And when we did get the title finally from the state, we drove it down to him. But, we did things like that. We became resourceful and looked at what was around us, what options we did have, and created that result for ourselves so that we could get by till the point where the business was paying us.
Absolutely. If you don't have resources, you need to become resourceful. Sarah, and I know that at the mastermind that we were at, I know that you and me have been in a couple of them together, but at the mastermind that we were at last August, that was a main topic of the conversation. Was that if you don't have resources, you need to learn to become resourceful. What do you got to say about that?
You guys went in and just started looking, and let me rephrase it. Let me start back. You guys started with, okay, the question is, how can we make this money? So you got to start with how. And once you ask that question, now we can start to play ball. Now we can start. The brain's going to start working. You're going to start coming up with ways to create that cash. One of the things, I have a similar story back when I was homeless, sleeping on a buddy's couch. I flipped a mobile home to get my first apartment. I put an ad out on Craigslist, and this guy hit me up on the ad. I said, hey, I buy mobile homes. And he hit me up, and he's like, hey, I'm trying to sell this place. And I went to the park and negotiated for how much it was going to, I think we negotiated like $2,000 for this mobile home, right? And then we ended up selling it the next, like 2 days later for $6,000. We made $4,000 in about a 7-day period, and most of that was just driving, and it was trying to get paperwork signed. And that was it. It was all paperwork. I didn't touch the place at all. And so I learned really quickly that, like, wow, you can do some cool stuff just by asking the question, well, how can we make some money? How can we be resourceful? How can we make this work?
Absolutely.
And that's a life skill. You know, it's worth trying. It's worth asking yourself, how can we do this? And you're gonna get better at it. Like, I found, and you guys probably found the same thing. You become more resourceful the more times you put it to work. Don't you?
Yep. Yeah, you absolutely do, because after we flipped that car on Craigslist, we started flipping everything on Craigslist. You know, Kane just put in the chat, flip houses. Well, if you have the capability of doing that, awesome. But you know, Twee and I, you know, there's been many times in our life where we had to become very, very resourceful. And one of the things that we became very resourceful at was what I started doing is I started going and grabbing good stuff for free in the free section of Craigslist and then listing it for a couple $100. You know, like in some of the wealthier neighborhoods in Seattle, you know, people would list, like, you know, free leather sofa. Oh my gosh, you know, I mean, that's like a $300 leather sofa. I can sell that for $150 today. So yeah, I'll go pick that up, post it on Craigslist, and make my $150. That's how we built stuff up. You know, we just so you guys know, we did not build the lifestyle that we've managed to create for ourselves just being born with it. You know, we built it up. Julian, I know that you worked to get to where you're at today. You know, what's been your experience in being resourceful, or times that you've had to be resourceful in your life?
Funny, just as Sarah mentioned, I actually had to flip a home at one point. Just flipping a contract. Yeah, literally. I used to go to a local real estate club, and I needed some cash, and I learned the skill just by going to a few of the meetings and follow the steps, and literally found a property. One of the realtors, I think I was actually on the way home from work when 3 realtors called me back. I looked at it. I put an offer. I was hoping, please accept it, right? They accepted by that Monday. I closed. It took me maybe 2 hours worth of work, all paperwork.
Wow.
None of my actual own cash, and walked with about $5,000. It took me, 2 hours of work, $5,000, and I closed it, I think, within the next 10 days. It was really quick, really fast.
Yeah.
And I've done a Craigslist thing too, but a lot with electronic equipment, like computers and that type of thing as well.
There you go. I mean, you can do it with anything.
Yeah.
You know, Kane even mentioned in the chat sites like Fiverr. You know, you can build up cash, stuff like that. That is trading time for money. But you know, if you're really in a bind and you got nothing to work with at all, that's definitely an option. Fidel, I know that you've been in lots of situations where you've had to become a resourceful person, especially with your carpet cleaning company. You know, what's some of the things you've been able to do to come up with cash that wasn't maybe necessarily credit or loans? You're on mute, brother. Brother, you're muted.
You want to put this webinar for like a month long?
What was that? Oh yeah, because of all the things you've had to do.
Look,
Yeah.
I was I was listening to this conversation, and I went and I grabbed out of my closet this book.
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey. So one thing that a lot of us, I mean, there's so many ways that you can come up with money, like stop eating out, stop there are just so many ways, so many ways to come up with money. I mean, um, if the dream is big enough, I read a post from one of my friends today, and he said, I didn't think I had the money to start a business, but when I set my priorities straight, I found out that I had money to do it. So it's either, I mean, if you really want it bad enough, you're gonna find a way to do it.
Absolutely.
Or if you don't, then you're gonna find an excuse not to do it. I mean, it's either way, you know. Um, if you're the type of wants to eat out every single weekend and stuff like that, go to the movies and go throw a big party like Lee did this weekend.
Well, but you know, but that brings me to that brings us to a good point, you know, and it brings us back to the vision that we have here. You know, we're going to build the wealthiest team in Aspire in 2016, and the way that we're going to do that is first off is rev share lifestyle. That is the number one thing that we're going to do. That's the resource that we already have right now working for us. Okay, so that's the very first resource that we're going to perfect. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, consistency. I've got people like Kane. I've got people like Raymond. I've got everyone on this panel. Each and every one of you guys are, you know, Mark. All of these people, you guys are being consistent in your marketing. I've seen Kane is posting videos every day. I'm seeing that Mark is posting videos all the time. You know, I'm seeing that, you know, Julian, you're posting up content. Like you just did a new Facebook profile photo. Fidel's posting content. You know, they're doing consistent actions. Consistent actions bring consistent results. That's number one, and that's one of the ways that we're going to be the wealthiest team. Number two is we're all going to learn one of the most valuable skills on the internet, and that's called what I like to call training. Okay, so it's entertainment and it's training at the same time. Okay, entertainment. This is like these webinars. You know, hopefully you guys have some fun on these webinars. Hopefully these are kind of fun for you guys, and you're able to take some of this knowledge and apply it to your business. I know Raymond has been absorbing a lot of the information and understanding what we mean when we're talking about audience and talking about branding and all those types of things. You know, and then the other thing that I've seen Kane really do a lot is give first. Okay, contribute and be an asset to other people's lives before you're asking for the sale. I've seen Kane do this a lot. He's a really good example. If you watch him in the Facebook group, he's doing this consistently. That's one of the main reasons why we decided to put him into admin, because I keep seeing him contributing, becoming an asset. Mark, by the way, got 28 signups to his autoresponder on the last 100 clicks that he bought. Mark, is that the ones that we just ran for you today? I'm hoping so. Taking a course from Joel Com about using videos and live streaming, so expect to see my face all over coming soon. Boom. Joel Com rocks, by the way. You know, I've met Joel Com a couple times, and the guy's real solid, down to earth person. He actually went and worked at a Barnes and Noble for 6 months, even though he was already a millionaire. He just wanted to get connected and see what that was like. Thought that was pretty cool of him. He shared that story at one of the events that I went to, and that's awesome, Mark. By the way, 28. Those are 28 accounts from 100 clicks. That's 28% that created RSL accounts. That's pretty big, especially if just even one or two of those people goes and creates an Aspire account. That money will definitely come back. That is how you begin to build up an income. Twee, I know you just took the Aspire investment training, and we've talked about it a lot. We say know your numbers. Aspire uses the word economics. Twee, what was if you could give us the cliff notes of that training, and how it applies to the traffic that we offer here.
Yeah, so with economics, so traffic comes down to traffic conversion, sales, and then economics. So you definitely need to know your numbers. And knowing your numbers entails just knowing that if you put X amount of dollars in on traffic, that a certain percentage will convert, and after that certain percentage will convert, a certain percentage will stick around for X amount of time. So you and I have seen this, Joel, like an average person in previous offers, by the way, not offers as great as Aspire that have coaches and things that work one-on-one with you. So I'm guessing these numbers are going to stick around a lot longer than the examples that I'm saying. But from our previous experience, they do stick around. An average sale sticks around for about 4 months. So that's nearly half a year of people being there and staying with an offer to see if it works. But with Aspire, like I mentioned, you have the coach, you have the sales team, you have an accountability partner. I'm guessing those numbers are going to be huge and stay a lot longer.
Absolutely, yeah. So, Sarah, and I know you're a numbers guy, and I know Julian is too, but Sarah, and I know that you work very specifically with people in their funnels and stuff like that. What would you say the importance of knowing your numbers is?
It's the difference between being profitable and bombing. It's like my goal is always to break even on the front end of an offer. So what's cool is when you have a low ball offer, like a $1 trial, or or $7, or a small offer that somebody can come in at, like 25, 30, 40 bucks, that will pay for your advertising. So essentially, imagine this is, let's say you spend $100. We'll just take $100. Imagine you spend $100 for traffic, right? You buy, whether it's pay-per-click, Soul Ads, whatever it might be. All right, you spend $100 on traffic, and of those $100, you get 3 people that sign up at a $30, $40 offer. Well, now you're breaking even. So that means, here's what that means. Okay, this is why knowing your numbers is so important. Is because if you can break even on the front end, that means you're getting that traffic for free, and that's awesome. That's awesome, and that's our goal as marketers, as business owners. If we can make our money back on the front end, or at least break even, then you've got $1 million business right there. You can get traffic all day long for free, and then the back end is where it gets fun.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And the way Aspire is designed, the whole back end, and you'll see this when you go through the trainings. They talk about the back end over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's because that's where all the big profit is. But the way that Aspire is designed, it's what's called an ascension model funnel, and it's designed so that you break even on the front end. Now, that $1 trial may not look like much, but in 2 weeks, then you're talking about $15 or more commission, and especially if that person goes to a climber level or goes to a rise level or goes to any of those levels, you're making that money back pretty much immediately on the traffic runs.
And I've got to point out one more thing on
Go ahead.
piggybacking off of that. What the difference with, so you've got this dollar trial, right, where somebody gets in, and then in so many days, they have to either cancel or they're going through with it, right? What's so awesome about the system is that you're getting hit with emails and text message reminders. They're following up with you right out of the gate. That's why I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. Like, their follow-up is the key. I mean, follow-up is what gets somebody to stay in the system, to stay in the funnel. And we've got our phones attached to our hips. If you're getting text message reminders from a dude, and he's like, hey, check out the next step. Hey, look at step 2. Hey, and he's telling you why. And then you're getting followed up with a coach, man, they're going to stick on that front-end offer.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
So,
good.
Fody was asking, if they track your leads and stuff, they do have a tracking where you're able to see, like you're able to use tags which is essentially like using a tracker. In traffic, we call it a sub ID. They call it tags. Okay, so you essentially just take your link, and there's an equal sign, and you just put a little word after it, like referral or Joel's traffic or whatever you want, and you can see exactly how many leads came from that traffic source, so long as you tag it. And it's really easy to do. All you do is simply type a word. If you can handle typing, which I know that you can because you're in the chat, then you can track it. So it's pretty easy. So where to find it? You go into My Links, and you'll see your link to promote. And all you do is at the end where you see that equal sign, just type a word. Okay, so it would look something like this. It'd be I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Just promolink.com, and then so it's like equals username, and then equals tracking ID. Okay.
Yeah, I think too, Joel, on that tag page, actually even show you an example too of how to actually do it, right on that tag page as well.
Yeah, they do. They actually do. So it's super simple to do. But I don't want to get into all the mechanics stuff. What I really want to do is I want us all being amped up about what Aspire is and how it applies to RevShare Lifestyle. So some people have asked me, where is RevShare Lifestyle going? And that's what I'm really excited to share. RevShare Lifestyle is, so first and foremost, we're going to make the whole system is going to be reworked to work with Aspire, and that is because we're going to be taking people in from whoa, oh, okay. I thought like Mark said he had to go to the police station. I was like, whoa, well, what's happening? So with RevShare Lifestyle, okay, guys, that whole system is going to be reworked and redesigned to encompass the Aspire program, and everything in there is going to play to that strength, play to that income stream. We've got something here, guys, that nobody else has, and that is a custom system. That is something that everybody in Aspire right now is wanting, because everybody in Aspire is promoting the same funnel. I want you guys to think about that. If everybody is promoting that same thing, what are the chances that you're going to stand out? Well, RevShare Lifestyle is the chance that you're going to stand out. That and branding. We've been drilling branding into your guys' head for weeks now, and I hope that it's sticking. Twee and I did a webinar last night where we went all through everything involving branding and being consistent and all these different principles that you need to have in place in order to run a successful business. And those are all the things that we've been teaching you guys on these webinars week over week. So you guys are going to get success by A, being consistent, B, posting daily, C, communicating with your audience daily, and I forgot what letter I'm on, but bringing people into the RevShare Lifestyle system and letting RevShare Lifestyle get them into Aspire for you, and then having your coaches close it out. So simple, so ridiculously simple. Nothing changes on the way that you're already promoting RevShare Lifestyle. Just get people into RSL and get them to this webinar, and those people that are coming into this webinar, coming into RSL, they're going to get in contact with the coaches. Now, we've got some other stuff that we're planning behind the scenes, and I can't reveal it yet, but it is some pretty amazing stuff. And it's going to take this to the next level. Not just the next level, guys. It's going to put us on top of everything and everybody. Do the times change for the webinar? No. We always do the webinars Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Twee and I just happened to host our own private webinar last night, and that we emailed out to our personal list. So what is coming down the pipeline, guys? I'm so excited, but I wanted to share with you guys, before we get off here, I wanted to share with you guys some of the numbers that we've been seeing. Okay, so Twee and I, we sent 150 clicks. Okay, that was 3 emails from our list. That was 2 Facebook posts, and that was one webinar. Okay, out of those 150 clicks, 29 people signed up directly. Out of those 29 people, 9 of them went to the climber level and 20 stayed at the walker. Of those 9 people that went to the climber level, 4 of them upgraded to rise. Now it's a lot more now, but these were numbers from yesterday. Okay, so that means you've got 31% of your people are going to upgrade into the climber level. It's absolutely incredible how many people are upgrading and how many people are going through the system. And it's because the system has a lot of value to give, and it's because the coaches are really good at what they do. And so just knowing that, you can pretty much expect that anybody that you're able to get into the Aspire system you're going to get some signups, and you're going to get people that are going into the higher levels. Twee, I know you went through some of those trainings today, and I was watching them as well. And what is it that stood out from you about people going into the higher levels?
Well, I think what really stood out is that they lay such a strong foundation that you understand how this business is set up. And so you're not just going into an offer and just getting your link and promoting it everywhere without really knowing what's going on. So they really build a foundation for you so that you understand how the business is set up. And you just become a product of the product. As Joel's mentioned a couple times, you really understand what's going on so that when you do go out to promote, you do look like the professional. You do look like someone who's credible. You have authority because they set you up to understand all of these factors ahead of time so that when you do go out and speak to your marketplace, you already have authority. So it just builds you as a strong authority through the process. So I think that everything in there is just so well laid out for everyone.
Absolutely. So if you guys are not in Aspire now, then you guys need to go inside your RevShare lifestyle system. If you're not in RSL, you know the drill. Hit the yellow button. But if you're not in Aspire, then you guys need to go and get into Aspire. Start taking the training. Start working with your coaches. Get to the climber level as fast as you possibly can, and activate your affiliate link. And that guys, that's where we're taking everybody. We're gonna be looking to get everybody at the Rise level very, very soon, and that's because we want you guys being in a position to start making the big bucks. Okay, so one Rise sale is worth $500 to you. So $500 goes to you, $400 goes to the coach. So you're getting, it only takes 4 sales to break even with that, and everything past that is profit. The amount of people that are going to Rise is there's a lot. Okay, it's a lot of people. So I think, within our notes, I think we had what's the cost to get to Rise? All the steps. Rise is $2K, and there's a special. If you guys go straight to Rise and you don't bother with base, you actually get base for free, and that's a $600 product. Okay, so if you go straight to Rise, it's $2,000. If you buy base first and then go to Rise, it's $2,600. So it's in your best interest to go straight to Rise. So when you got, so that's something that you guys are going to hear us start saying very consistently in our messaging and in what we say throughout RevShare Lifestyle. It's going to be focused on getting people to the Rise level. You guys are in it early, which is great because you have an opportunity to come up with the funds to get to Rise and work your way to where we need to go. By next week, you're going to see a lot of RevShare Lifestyle is going to be branded, and a lot of the messaging and the marketing is going to gear it towards getting people to the Rise level. That's because we want you guys to win, and we want you guys to win now. Okay? I know that there are how do we purchase the Rise level and pass the other one? If you just click the button that says upgrade to Rise, you get base for free. It'll just include it on the page. Okay? That's how I did it.
Say where it's at, Joel.
Yeah. So why don't I show my screen and show you how to get there? So I'm in one of these trainings right now. Give me a second here. Pull it up.
Yeah, but this will position you first, and they, like I mentioned before, and they mentioned sponsor lock and really stressing that. They know from their own testing how many people are going to go through that process and go through the system and move themselves and upgrade. So they also urge to get to that level so that you don't lose your downline pretty much and it skips over you. So you definitely want to, as soon as you can, be resourceful and come up with what you can. I believe they also do payment plans, Joel.
Yes, they
So
do.
I believe they let you break it down to 4 payments. So long as you come up with the first payment of 600, you can actually get to Rise a little quicker. So if you can come up with the resources, there are options for you to get there.
Absolutely. And I want to show you guys how to do this, how to actually upgrade to Rise. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And obviously your coaches will help you do this as well. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Exactly.
Yep, good to go.
Cool. So right here under my, my Aspire system, my business, my rank, you see this button here, it says my rank. If you scroll down, you've got the affiliate. You have to make sure that this is active. You've got the, I just went straight to climber, and that includes hiker and walker for you. And then if you right here where it says rise, you see where it says upgrade now to. All you do is click one of these links. If you click the one that says rise, which will be available for you guys, you'll get this base level for free. Okay, that's a $600 product that you get for free, and it's a good, solid product. It's something that you should, when you're ready to go to Rise, which I would suggest that you go to Rise sooner rather than later. That right there, if you just click the button that says upgrade to Rise, you'll get base for free if you do it that way. So it's definitely a good incentive. And yes, they do offer payment plans. So it's there's no reason why everybody can't succeed in this. This is something that is for everybody. Okay, and if you apply the knowledge and you come with enthusiasm and come with a strong attitude, you can do this. And I believe that if you believe you can do this, then you can do this.
Yep.
This
We're
is
here for you in this group.
we absolutely are here for you in the group, and everybody that's on this webinar is here to help. Everybody that's in the group that isn't on this webinar is here to help. Some people I've seen some people post in the group, I can't do this, I don't have the money or anything like that. You should see some of the responses that people give, giving suggestions and giving ideas and giving different things that they can implement to create some income so that they can go do this. That's called support. Okay, we can't open your mind for you, and we can't help you. We can't make it so that you see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's up to you to see that light at the end of the tunnel. But if you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I can't say that word. If you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, then everybody here is here to help, and they will give you Facebook chat time. They will give you Skype time. They'll give you suggestions inside the Facebook group. They'll give you what you need to succeed. I know that everybody on this panel cares a lot about you, and I know that people inside the Facebook group care a lot about your success. We could do this. We could be the biggest and wealthiest team inside of Aspire in 2016. We've got the tools. We've got the system already in place. And I can tell you, with the conversations that I've had with my coach and stuff like that, they said, look, anybody that's on your team, guys, like, we're going to fast track them. We're going to get them as fast as possible because the people that are on your team are just awesome. They're stellar people. It's rare that we come across people with this much integrity and this much mindset. and power and belief in themselves. So we believe in you guys. We know that you can do this. Aspire is crushing it. We are crushing it. You know, we are officially the Rise Up Mastermind. All right? We're here to help you guys rise up.
You got it.
I'm excited about that name.
Yeah, it's important to really position yourself, because going back to on my birthday this weekend, actually when I spoke with you, Joel, I had mentioned I'm going to go to Rise after I got back from my vacation.
Yeah.
Actually, on my birthday is when I actually went to Rise. I saw the excitement in the group. I said, let me upgrade now. I actually had some traffic running, and it's because of that traffic, that trial sale from actually on my birthday on Saturday is what actually upgraded today that gave me that commission to Rise.
Nice.
So it's important.
Yay.
It's important
See,
to
and that
position
was
yourself
fast. That's how
as
fast
quickly
it
as
works.
possible.
Absolutely, because I remember you telling me that you were gonna upgrade to Rise. I think it was today or yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Originally,
today.
that was your
Right.
original plan.
That was my original plan. But I saw the excitement in the group. I saw that everyone was posting their upgrading. I said, let me jump in there and get in there and upgrade as soon as possible. And that's why I said, I said Rise and Shine. It was on my birthday. That was my birthday present to myself. Is kind of how I put it. And I ran a little traffic, and sure enough, I was going to the back office. I saw, the steps. There's a cold traffic, and see the guy going through all the steps and seeing all the notes there. And boom, today, right before going to the webinar, I got a sale to Rise. It's awesome.
That's
Because
badass.
I positioned myself.
Nice.
That's so cool. Well, guys, you know what to do. You know what actions to take, and you know that we're all here in your corner. You know we're all here to support you, and you know that your coaches are there to support you, and we're gonna crush this. There are some really, really, really badass things that are coming down the pipeline. I can't tell them to you yet, but I can tell you guys that we are going to rise up, and we are going to crush this. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Does anybody have anything last that they want to say?
Oh.
You guys are gonna.
Closing comments, everyone.
Saron, what do you want to say, brother?
You guys are going to be amazed when when you have something like this. The system is so well thought out by people that have been around for a while. When you have accountability partners and coaching staff helping you, you're going to be shocked. I've seen utter newbies come in and just absolutely dominate. You're gonna. It's time to jump in the pool, man. Time to jump in the pool.
Hell yeah, it is.
Go.
Anybody else? Any last words before we go out and crush it?
My laptop went out, and I'm still gonna crush this.
Boom. Ain't got nothing stopping you. Ain't got nothing stopping you. Still got a phone. That's still a business tool.
Yeah, I got my so.
Well, all right, guys. Let's do this. Let's rise up. Let's crush it. Let's go into this week solid. And I want you guys tuning into everybody's marketing. Kane's doing marketing every day. I want you guys tuning in. Like his stuff. Okay? Comment on his stuff. Anything that Julian posts up, anything Fidel does, Raymond does, Mark, anything that Frank or Ed Newman or anybody that is really in our group and in our team, I want everybody commenting and liking on each other. We could do this if we do this together.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
Let's rise up and let's do this. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you in the group. Boom.
Night.